What if I just said, Granny left me 200. I'm not going to add anything to it. All I have to do is make that a zero. In fact, Granny actually has been very good. If only I only use that 200 and nothing more, I expect to have 4.85 million. Because $100 a month is not too much money. Alternatively, just $100 a month, no balloon, that's about 350, right? But doesn't matter. We have this setup. All you have to tell me is what are your parameters? APR, how long, how frequently in a year, uh, what do you start with, and how much do you plan to save? Done. If you want to retire at 50 with what Granny gave you, no, one less zero. So the cost of retiring 10 years earlier is about $3 million. Or maybe you could do 55. I mean, I kind of start the definition of middle age at 55. I'm biased. I'm almost 60 myself. So I don't call that old. I call myself middle aged. I'm going to call myself old when I reach 75, if I reach 75. But given my genetics, things are good. There's not a single case of heart disease, blood pressure, cancer, regular diabetes in either side of my bloodline. I have type 2 diabetes myself, but that's because of, and I have done this. I've lost a little bit now, but at the beginning, end of last semester, I was 240. I'm 214 now, thanks to Eli Lilly's equivalent of Ozempic. Monjaro, I've been using it for only 2 months. I haven't been 214 since 2016, I believe. And my target by my birthday, which I'm not going to tell you, because some of you is going to buy me a present. I'm going to turn you down. I don't want that to happen, which is soon. I hope to be 190, which is a weight that I have not been since 1988, maybe. I came to US in 87. I was basically buck and a half. I mean, I'm about 5'10". Sometimes I call myself generously 5'11". Buck and a half is pretty thin. I was a grad student who was making $590 a month after taxes. 1987, that was a lot more money, but my rent alone was $300, and I discovered sliced pizza. You could get a big New York-sized sliced pizza in Boston for 50 cents. If you were willing to go to a little bit less quality, sometimes even a quarter. So you're also a grad student. I was a PhD student there. You don't have time to cook anyway. So go for quick stuff. Within 3 months, I was 180 pounds. When I went back that December, my girlfriend could not recognize me. I also had a almost afro because haircut was, $10. I could get a haircut for $1 in Turkey. So I said, I'll get a haircut in Turkey. So I haven't been below 190 since 88. All right. Now let's solve a few more problems. I'm going to continue using this on Tuesday. One of the reasons I'm going to do that, my Monday, Wednesday sections are off because of Labor Day. Yours is going to be kind of a bonus lecture because I want to keep you guys on the same schedule in terms of coverage so that I can do the exams basically at the same time. Or, you know, first them, then you, something like that. All right, let's ask some different questions. Um, This time I'm going to need to solve something. Uh, Suppose I have $4 million in my account at the time I retire. At age 60, can earn APR 4% and want $5 million in my account at age 95. I'm just changing numbers. What is the monthly income I can afford? So I'm 60 years old, which I'm going to be very soon, and I have $4 million in my account, and I don't. Trust me, if I did, I would have said, "Hasta la vista, baby." I would have found myself in a little village in Wales, maybe teach in Wrexham University, just go to Wrexham games on Saturdays, and spend time in some Welsh pubs with some beautiful Welsh ladies. But I don't have 4 million. You know why I don't have 4 million? Because I have two boys who went to private school, starting preschool, and they're now in out of state schools. If it wasn't for them, I think I would have had more than 4 million in my account with all the return that I would have earned over time. But what are you going to do? Those kids did not choose to be here. We chose them. And I gave them a promise. They're going to get out of college, that's free. They're at school, they're on their own. I mean, if one of them goes to law school, that's your problem, man. But both of them are going to do PhDs. And typically, you don't get accepted into PhD programs like that unless it's a diploma mill, unless they're going to fund you to begin with. So, my son in UC San Diego, uh, if he gets in, he's going to make about $35,000 as a research assistant, plus all of his tuition is going to be paid. He lives with his mother rent free anyway. Now, let me just show you this and then we'll send you. Now, I know where I want to be, okay? I just don't know what this thing is, all right? So, first of all, what is my target? In this case, oh, I want to be in present value mode. So I want my periodic payments to be such a number that present value of those periodic payments plus the balloon I want is exactly equal to $4 million given the parameters. So what are those? 4%, 12. I don't know what the periodic is. Okay. So if I get only 100, that's too little. $15 is too much. So the answer is somewhere between 12 and 15. But we're civilized people. We don't have to guess. We actually have software to do it. If this thing had not already said periodic payments, Let's say it was set on APR. I'm just going to go to what I want, okay? And I'm going to change this setup mode to green, solver mode. As soon as I have done that, knowing that the unknown was periodic payment, it solved the equation. It figured out what periodic payments should be in order to make the present value of this annuity with a balloon exactly $4 million. Now, suppose I could live with only 3. I'm already in solver mode. So as soon as one of those inputs change, the way solver is set up, goal seek executes as soon as there's a change. What if instead of monthly, I want weekly income? So that's $2,000 a week, all right? Or 2 checks a month, something like that. That's very powerful. Let's ask another question before I let you go. Suppose I know what I want. I know I want $5,000 a month. Let's make that monthly again. So what would be the interest rate that I can live with in order to get me that 5,000? Now, the unknown that I don't want, no, not frequency, APR, okay? And I want 5,000. So if I can live with 5,000 a month, all I have to do is invest things into something that gives me about 2%, which is not very risky. See how useful it is? You don't need a financial planner if you have this, as long as you know what this thing does. And you're going to use it so much, this and similar things, you will know what this thing does. Let's stop here for today. On Tuesday, we're going to make even more complicated use of this. And I'll also show you how you can use the solver setup to solve even some other problems. I'll see you guys Tuesday. Have a nice barbecue on Labor Day.